Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a fun article titled 7 Classic Cars You'd Expect to Be Valuable That Are Worth Almost Nothing. Many people think of classic cars as valuable collector's items, often worth a fortune. But not every vehicle from the 1950s, 60s, 70s, or even all the way up to the early 2000s has held its value. On the plus side, this means you may be able to find one of these cars for under $15,000 if you just like a head-turning car that means something to you, but is not necessarily a large investment. In today's article, we're going to focus on 7 classic vehicles you might expect to be expensive, but you can find for less than a quarter of the price of most new vehicles today. First on the list is the 1998 Ford Crown Victoria. This sedan might be best known as a police cruiser in the 1980s, 90s, and early 2000s. You didn't want to see one of these pop up behind you, blue lights flashing on the highway. But if you're looking for an affordable muscle car with lots of power thanks to its 4.6-liter modular V8 and a unique look, you'd be happy to see this car in your garage or driveway today. According to Topspeed.com, the prevalence of these vehicles after entire fleets of police cars or taxi cabs were sold has kept the price down. You can pick one up in mint condition for $10,000 if you're willing to invest a little work. You can grab a car in fair condition for under $2,000. Next on the list is the 1993 Pontiac Firebird. A 1993 Pontiac Firebird may bring back fond memories for many Gen X readers. You can relive your teen years for much less money than you might think. This GM sports car is available in a V6 or V8 version, packing plenty of power. According to Topspeed.com, you can find one in mint condition for just over $10,000. Next car on the list is the 1988 Chevrolet Camaro. The Chevy Camaro is another GM vehicle that brings back fond memories for the Gen X set. While mint condition models from 1969 sell for more than $1 million at auction, you can find a deal on a 1988 Camaro with models in good condition listing for as little as $5,600. The two-door Sport Coupe has a lot going for it, including an 8-cylinder 5.0-liter engine, optional T-tops, and leather seats. Don't forget to dust off your old cassette collection to blast music from your favorite 80s hair bands. Next car on the list is the 2005 Ford Mustang GT. Mustangs tend to hold their value as collectors' cars, with enthusiasts all over the country yearning for their favorite model years and willing to pay a premium when they find them. The 2005 Ford Mustang GT, the first year the car was redesigned with a retro look, is a diamond in the rough, selling for under $5,000 for the deluxe coupe 2-door and as little as $8,684 for the GT Premium convertible. The car still packs 300 horsepower under the hood, according to Hagerty.com. Coupled with its polished driving dynamics, this could be one of the best value muscle cars you can find. Next car on the list is the 1998 Mercedes-Benz SL500 Roadster. When you hear the words Mercedes-Benz, you might think any car bearing the emblem also carries a high price tag. But the 1998 Mercedes-Benz SL500 Roadster defies its pricey German engineering heritage with an average resale price under $14,100. The car boasts a 315 horsepower in a V8 engine, which is more than you might expect from a car for this price. Next car on the list is the 2000 Chevrolet Monte Carlo. With a choice of a V6 or V8 engine, the 2000 Chevy Monte Carlo brought the GM vehicle back to its roots as a muscle car rather than the economy vehicle it was in the early 90s. That Monte Carlo SS with a V8 can go from 0 to 60 in just 6 seconds, which indicates plenty of power. If you don't mind driving a 4-speed automatic transmission, you can snag one of these classic cars for under $15,000 in mint condition, or pay as little as $3,500 for a car that might need some work. The final car on today's list is the 1975 Dodge Dart Sport. A Dodge Dart Sport 360 with a V8 engine sells on the aftermarket for $20,000 and up. But if you like the look of the car and are willing to sacrifice a bit of power, you can find a Dodge Dart with a 5.2-liter V8 engine for around $13,000 in mint condition, and just over $5,000 for a vehicle in fair condition. The scoop hood, stylish pinstriping of the era, and a sporty design will turn heads on today's highways. No one has to know how little you paid. There you have it, 7 classic cars you'd expect to be valuable that are worth almost nothing. What do you think? What is the best value for your money here on the list today? Was there anything you were thinking about picking up after watching this video and learning a little bit more about these cars? Let me know in the comment section which car called to you. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like. Hit that like button, get this video in front of a few more eyes. Trying to build a channel, and that could really help me out. You can go ahead and hit that like button now. And if you really enjoy this sort of content, consider subscribing to the channel. We got fresh videos coming to you daily, so there's always something new for you to watch. Thank you for watching this one to the very end. I'm Brian Kingsbury. We'll talk to you on the next one. Bye. Welcome back to the channel. We have a good article today. Old School Cool, 10 cars from the 50s that still turn heads. The 1950s were about big ideas, big chrome, and even bigger presence on the road. This was an era when cars didn't just get you from A to B, they made an entrance. And while plenty of designs came and went, some cars from that decade still have a way of pulling all the attention, no matter where they show up. Whether it's the fins, the stance, or just the aura of something built before cookie-cutter design took over, these 10 classics still turn heads like they did the day they rolled off the line. First up is the 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. The 57 Bel Air is probably the most recognized face of the 50s car scene. With its tail fins, chrome, and iconic grille, it was everywhere back then and still draws a crowd today. Under the hood, you could get a 283 V8 with fuel injection, making it up to 283 horsepower. It wasn't just about looks, it was quick for its time. The hardtop coupe version became a favorite among hot rodders, and today it's a go-to classic for anyone who wants that full 50s vibe without trying too hard. Up next is the 1955 Ford Thunderbird. The original Thunderbird was Ford's answer to the Corvette, but it leaned more towards luxury than full-blown sports car. It came with a 292 cubic inch V8 making 193 horsepower and had an optional 3-speed manual or automatic. It was smooth, stylish, and surprisingly fast. The low roofline, porthole windows, and wide stance gave it serious curb appeal. The 55 T-Bird wasn't trying to be aggressive, it just cruised in with confidence. Even today, you can't miss one when rolling by. Up next is the 1953 Buick Skylark. Built to celebrate Buick's 50th anniversary, the 53 Skylark came fully loaded. It had a 322 nail-head V8 under the hood paired with a Dynaflow automatic. The car made around 188 horsepower, which wasn't earth-shattering, but the Skylark was all about style. Only 1,690 were made, so spotting one now is rare. The wraparound windshield, wire tires, and lowered stance give it a completely different feel from anything else on the road in the early 50s. It's got presence, plain and simple. Up next is the 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz. If you're talking about 50s cars that go big, the 59 Eldorado Biarritz is top tier. Those towering tail fins and dual bullet taillights are instantly recognizable. It came with a 390 cubic inch V8 pushing 345 horsepower through a 4-speed automatic. This car was built to cruise, not corner, but it didn't matter. It was all about making a statement. Convertibles like this were the height of luxury, and even today, nothing quite compares when it rolls up with the top down. Up next is the 1957 Chrysler 300C. The 300C was part of Chrysler's Letter series, big, powerful, and dressed to impress. It had a 392 Hemi V8, making 375 horsepower, which made it one of the fastest American cars you could buy at the time. It could hit 60 miles per hour in under 8 seconds. It had a real performance, but didn't sacrifice comfort. Wide body, subtle fins, and no-nonsense grille made it look serious. It's not flashy in the same way that some others are, but it's still a heavy hitter that gets attention. Up next is the 1950 Oldsmobile 88. The 50 Olds 88 was a sleeper. It had a lightweight body and a 303 Rocket V8, which gave it solid acceleration for the time. 135 horsepower doesn't sound like much today, but paired with the right gearing, it ran strong. It's one of the first cars to really blend performance and affordability, which is why people credit it as a pre-muscle car. It had simple styling, but the performance made people pay attention. Even now, a clean one will turn more heads than you'd expect. Up next is the 1956 Lincoln Continental Mark II. The Mark II was all about understated class. It was hand-built, and with a $10,000 price tag in 1956, it cost more than a Rolls-Royce. Under the hood was a 368 cubic inch V8 making 285 horsepower paired with a smooth automatic transmission. Everything was about it was refined, with a slab-sided body to the clean roofline. It didn't scream for attention, it just stood there and owned the moment. If you see one today, odds are someone with serious taste is behind the wheel. Up next is the 1954 Kaiser Darren. The Darren wasn't a powerhouse, but it didn't have to be. It had a 161 cubic inch Willys F-head inline 6 making 90 horsepower, but the real draw was the sliding pocket doors and fiberglass body, both wild features for the time. Only 435 were ever built, making it a rare sight even when new. It's got a long nose, swooping fenders, and a profile that feels more European than American. If one shows up at a car meet, people are definitely walking over for a closer look. Up next is the 1958 Chevrolet Impala. The 58 Impala was the first of its name, and it came in swinging. Big body, dual headlights, and wide tail fins gave it presence. The top engine option was a 348 V8 making up to 315 horsepower depending on the setup. It was a 1-year only body style, which adds to the appeal. The convertible versions in particular still get plenty of love today. It's big, it's flashy, and when it's clean, it steals the show without even trying. And finally, we have the 1955 Packard Caribbean. The Caribbean was Packard's high-end convertible, loaded with features most cars didn't have yet. Power windows, power seat, and even a self-leveling suspension. It came with a 352 cubic inch V8, good for 275 horsepower, which moved the heavy cruiser along just fine. The two-tone paint and flashy trim made it stand out back then, and it still does now. Not many were made, and even fewer survived in good shape. Seeing one today is like spotting something from another world. Alright, there you have it. Old school, cool 10 cars from the 50s that still turn heads. I want you guys to get in that comment section and let me know which one of these cars is your favorite. Put it in the comment section and I'd be interested to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this article, please take a second to give it a like now. And if you really enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a fun article. It's called 15 Classic Cars That Even Cheap People Can Afford. Look at this cheap guy. Can you imagine being the cheap guy they put in this article? Looks kind of like me if I would grow a beard. Owning a classic car doesn't have to be a luxury reserved for the rich. While some vintage models fetch sky-high prices at auctions, others remain surprisingly affordable, even for those on a tight budget. Casual enthusiasts and dedicated collectors will enjoy these classic cars that prove that owning vintage doesn't always have to come with a hefty price tag. Up first is the Volkswagen Beetle. Compact classics like the Volkswagen Beetle are beloved for their timeless design and straightforward mechanics. With a vast supply of parts and a loyal fan base, maintaining one is both easy and cost-effective. Despite their iconic status, these cars remain surprisingly affordable, even available for under $10,000 in good condition. They're the perfect entry point into classic car ownership. Up next on the list is the Volvo 240. Reliable classics like the Volvo 240 offer vintage appeal without the headaches of high maintenance costs. Known for their durability and simple engineering, these cars can often run for decades with minimal upkeep. Prices for well-maintained examples typically stay within an affordable range, making them a great choice for budget-conscious buyers. Up next is the Ford Mustang. Entry-level muscle cars such as the Ford Mustang from the 1970s provide the excitement of American performance without the collector car price tag. Earlier Mustangs fetch higher prices, while later models often sell for much less, offering the same iconic vibe at a fraction of the cost. Up next is the Mini Cooper. Small cars with big reputations like the Mini Cooper from the 1960s remain accessible to many buyers. These compact classics are loved for their distinctive looks and nimble handling, making them a joy to drive. Certain rare variants can be pricey, but standard models are still affordable and easy to maintain. Their small size also means reduced fuel costs, making them a practical and budget-friendly choice for anyone looking to enter the classic car world. Up next is the Mercedes-Benz W123. Affordable luxury sedans like the Mercedes-Benz W123 offer timeless elegance and bulletproof reliability. These cars were built to last, with many examples still running strong decades later. Prices for well-maintained models often hover around $5,000 to $10,000, putting them within reach of most classic car enthusiasts. Their understated style and smooth ride make them an appealing choice for those who want vintage sophistication without overspending. Up next is the Chevrolet C10. Classic trucks such as the Chevrolet C10 from the 1970s are gaining popularity for their rugged charm and simple mechanics. These trucks are often priced affordably, especially for models needing light restoration. Parts are widely available, making them an easy choice for budget-conscious enthusiasts looking for a DIY project. Up next is the Datsun 510. The Datsun 510 combines vintage Japanese styling with surprising practicality. Often referred to as the poor man's BMW, these cars deliver a great driving experience without the hefty price tag. Parts are generally accessible, and their lightweight design makes them a joy to handle. Prices for rare examples have risen, but standard models remain within reach for those looking to add a unique and dependable classic to their garage. Up next is the MG Midget. The MG Midget is perfect for enthusiasts seeking a lightweight, open-top driving experience. These small British classics are known for their simplicity and fun-to-drive nature. Prices remain modest, with many examples available for under $10,000, even in decent condition. While they may require occasional tinkering, the availability of parts and straightforward design make them easy to maintain on a budget. Up next is the Chevrolet Bel Air. Vintage sedans such as the Chevrolet Bel Air from the late 1950s may seem unattainable, but later models are surprisingly affordable. While the iconic Tri-5 series is expensive, you can find 1960s era Bel Airs at budget-friendly prices. These cars offer a blend of classic styling and straightforward engineering, making them easy to own and maintain. They're a practical way to enjoy the appeal of American classics without a hefty price tag. Up next is the Porsche 944. Classic coupes like the Porsche 944 provide a taste of European sports car performance without the premium price tag. While the iconic 911 can be prohibitively expensive, its 944 stablemate remains a budget-friendly alternative. Known for its balanced handling and reliable engineering, this Porsche offers a rewarding driving experience that won't break the bank. Up next is the AMC Hornet. Lesser-known models like the AMC Hornet often fly under the radar, keeping prices low for budget-conscious buyers. These quirky American classics offer a unique style and dependable performance, making them a hidden gem for those willing to look beyond more popular brands. Up next is the Toyota Corolla. The Toyota Corolla from the 1980s may not scream classic car, but they've earned their place in automotive history. Known for their reliability and fuel efficiency, these cars remain affordable and easy to maintain. Prices for well-kept examples are often shockingly low, making them a practical choice for frugal enthusiasts. Up next is the Fiat Spider. Vintage convertibles like the Fiat Spider combine Italian styling with accessible pricing. These charming roadsters are perfect for anyone looking to enjoy open-top motoring without overspending. Parts are relatively easy to find, and their simple engineering make them a joy to work on. Despite their exotic looks, they remain affordable for most budgets, offering a stylish and fun way to experience classic car ownership. Up next is the Pontiac Firebird. The Pontiac Firebird from the 1980s delivers plenty of style and performance at a sensible price. Later models are often overshadowed by their 1960s counterparts, keeping prices affordable for savvy buyers. With a strong aftermarket and reasonable maintenance cost, they're a great option for anyone looking to own a piece of American muscle car history without spending a fortune. Up next is the Ford Country Squire. The Ford Country Squire brings a unique blend of practicality and vintage charm. Once overlooked, these long-roofed classics are now gaining attention among enthusiasts, yet their prices remain affordable. With spacious interiors and a nostalgic design, they're perfect for family road trips or weekend adventures. Alright, there you have it, 15 classic cars that even cheap people can afford. What did you guys think of this article? If I gave you $20,000 right now and you had to buy one of these cars, which one would you buy? Put it in the comment section. I'd be interested to find out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, help get it in front of a few more eyes. And if you really enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. We got a fun article today for some of you who may be thinking about getting a new car. This one's titled 15 Cars That Are Built for the Long Haul and Worth Every Penny. When it comes to choosing a car that will stick with you for years, it's all about finding the right balance of reliability, comfort, and long-term value. Here's a look at 15 models that have built a reputation for durability, plus some interesting facts and balanced insights about what makes each one stand out. First up is the 2015 Toyota Camry. The Toyota Camry has earned its reputation for going the distance, with many drivers reporting well over 200,000 miles. It's a go-to option for families looking for something dependable that won't break the bank. And on top of that, the Camry's interior is all about comfort, with user-friendly controls and plenty of space for both front and rear passengers. It's practical without being overly complicated, which is a big plus for everyday drivers. Up next is the 2016 Honda Accord. The Honda Accord has been a staple for those who want comfort and reliability. It offers ample rear seat space, making it a favorite for families and long trips. But really makes the 2016 model a standout is its impressive fuel economy, managing up to 27 miles per gallon in the city and 37 miles per gallon on the highway. For those looking for efficiency without compromising on comfort, this is a solid pick. Up next is the 2018 Subaru Outback. The Subaru Outback is made for drivers who love a bit of an adventure. Thanks to its standard all-wheel drive and higher ground clearance, it's perfect for handling rougher roads and unpredictable weather. Its rugged exterior design gives it a sporty, capable look that matches its performance. For those who like their cars with a bit of personality and practicality, the Outback fits the bill. Up next is the 2014 Toyota Corolla. When it comes to being practical and wallet-friendly, the Toyota Corolla is hard to beat. Low ownership costs and a reputation for reliability keep this car popular year after year. Adding to its appeal, the 2014 Corolla boasts great fuel economy, with averages of 29 miles per gallon in the city and 38 miles per gallon on the highway. For those who commute often, these numbers can make a big difference. Up next is the 2019 Honda Civic. The Honda Civic is a name that's synonymous with reliability and fun driving. It handles well, and you get the bonus of a surprisingly spacious trunk for a compact car. What's more, the 2019 Civic came equipped with an updated infotainment system featuring a 7-inch touchscreen and compatibility with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Staying connected on the road has never been easier. Up next is the 2017 Lexus RX. For those looking for a mix of luxury and reliability, the Lexus RX is a top contender. It holds its value well, making it a solid investment for the long haul. Plus, the 2017 RX is a beautifully designed interior, complete with high-quality materials and plush seating. The quiet cabin adds a layer of luxury that makes every drive feel special. Up next is the 2016 Mazda MX-5 Miata. The Mazda MX-5 Miata is all about the driving experience. Known for its lightweight build and nimble handling, this car is perfect for those who love to drive just for the fun of it. And with a horsepower of 155, the 2016 model strikes a good balance between power and control. It may not be the most practical car, but it's a thrill to take out on winding roads. Up next is the 2017 Toyota Prius. The Toyota Prius has set the bar high for hybrids, being both reliable and exceptionally fuel efficient. Getting over 50 miles per gallon makes it ideal for those with long commutes or a focus on eco-friendliness. What's interesting about the 2017 model is its futuristic aerodynamic exterior design. It's a look that not everyone loves, but it plays a big role in the car's fuel-saving capabilities. Up next is the 2012 Ford F-150. The Ford F-150 is known for being a powerhouse, with the 2012 model having a towing capacity of up to 11,300 pounds. It's the kind of truck that can handle big jobs without hesitation. And on the inside, you'll find that the 2012 F-150 offers a comfortable and practical cabin using durable materials that hold up well over time. It's a truck that's made to last, inside and out. Up next is the 2015 Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V has been a reliable companion for many families thanks to its roomy interior and practicality. The cargo space is impressive, especially when the rear seats are folded down. Even better, the 2015 CR-V has a strong fuel economy for an SUV, with averages of 27 miles per gallon in city and 34 miles per gallon on the highway. This makes it an efficient choice for both short errands and long road trips. Up next is the 2015 Chevrolet Tahoe. The Chevrolet Tahoe is the go-to for large families and adventure seekers, offering space for up to 9 passengers and plenty of power for towing. It's built for those who need room without sacrificing reliability. What sets the 2015 model apart is its infotainment system, which includes an 8-inch touchscreen and smartphone integration. This helps keep everyone entertained even on the long drives. Up next is the 2013 Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner is made for off-road enthusiasts, with its body-on-frame construction that can take a beating. Its durability and strong resale value make it a favorite for those who need a tough SUV. The 2013 model rugged, bold exterior is fitting for its capabilities. It looks the part of an off-road adventurer with a design that's as functional as it is eye-catching. Up next is the 2017 Hyundai Elantra. The Hyundai Elantra is a solid pick for those who want reliability on a budget. It comes with plenty of modern tech like touchscreen infotainment in newer models, and it's a breeze to drive. The 2017 Elantra's horsepower ranges from 147 to 201 depending on the trim. This flexibility allows drivers to pick a version that best suits their driving style. Up next is the 2016 Nissan Altima. The Nissan Altima is known for comfort and smooth driving experience. It's a reliable mid-size sedan that comes with advanced safety features in newer models, making it appealing for families. Efficiency is key with the 2016 Altima, which boasts fuel economy figures of up to 27 miles per gallon in the city and 39 miles per gallon on the highway. For a mid-size car, those are numbers that keep running costs low. And finally, the last car on the list is the 2016 Volvo XC90. The Volvo XC90 brings luxury and safety to the forefront, making it a great choice for families who want peace of mind on the road. Its Scandinavian-inspired cabin feels both spacious and refined. Adding to its appeal, the 2016 model includes Volvo's Sensus infotainment system with a sleek tablet-style touchscreen that integrates navigation and connectivity options seamlessly. It's a tech-forward while staying user-friendly. Alright, there you have it. 15 cars that are built for the long haul and worth every penny. If you enjoyed today's article, be sure to give it a like. You can go ahead and hit that like button now. And if you really enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsbury. Today we're going to do another Brian Reads the News segment. This one is titled Best Cars of the Year, the top 10 picks of 2025. These are the 10 new cars, SUVs, and trucks that shine brightest in our tests. This is by Jeff Bartlett, a consumerreports.org article. Let's get into it. Buying a new car can be exciting and overwhelming. Besides price uncertainty from inflation and tariffs, there are more than 260 models available today, each with a range of features and specifications to consider. But Consumer Reports' annual top picks can help you make a smart choice. The first car on the list is in the small car category. It's the Nissan Sentra. The Nissan Sentra is an exceptional value. It comes with more standard safety features than some higher-priced rivals and earned a strong road test score for its comfortable ride, nimble handling, great fuel economy, and relatively roomy cabin. The controls are intuitive and climate interfaces are models of simplicity. Nissan also now includes 3 free oil changes during the first 2 years of ownership. Altogether, the Sentra is proof that you can still find a good all-around new car for under $25,000. If you want premium touches like leather upholstery, numerous upgrades are available. The next car on the list is in the mid-sized car category. It's the Toyota Camry. Toyota redesigned the Camry for 2025. Improvements throughout made this popular efficient sedan an obvious choice to return to our top picks list. It remains comfortable, practical, and user-friendly, and has the brand's latest infotainment system and tasteful soft-touch interior surfaces. The Camry is now offered solely as a hybrid, and based on its performance in our tests, that's a good thing. It's often more fun to drive, striking a fine balance between sharp handling and a smooth ride. The hybrid powertrain benefits from a 17 horsepower increase overall the last generation, while gaining 1 mile per hour in our test for 48 miles per gallon overall. As an added benefit, all-wheel drive is available on all trims. The next car on the list is in the subcompact SUV category. It's the Subaru Crosstrek. The Subaru Crosstrek is designed for both urban touring and wilderness adventure. It offers an excellent ride, good fuel economy, standard all-wheel drive, and a high ground clearance that makes it able to handle rougher roads. It's easy to get into and out of. Both the front and rear seats are comfortable and supportive, and the physical and touchscreen controls are mostly user-friendly. For 2025, only the base trim has the weak 152 horsepower, 2.0 liter four-cylinder engine. All other versions have the peppier 182 horsepower, 2.5 liter four-cylinder that we prefer. The EyeSight suite of active safety and driver assistance systems is standard on the Crosstrek. BSW and RCTW are available only above the base trim. A 2026 hybrid non-plug-in version debuts in fall with more power and improved fuel economy. The next car on the list is in the compact SUV category. It's the Subaru Forester. Long a practical choice among compact SUVs, the Subaru Forester was redesigned for 2025 and is now better than ever. The makeover adding refinements throughout the cabin without straying from the winning formula that has made the Forester a regular among CR's top picks. It is still roomier than it appears, with easy access, great visibility, a compliant ride, outstanding fuel economy, and standard all-wheel drive. Plus it has a quieter cabin and more cargo space than the previous model, both welcome improvements. The four-cylinder engine gains some torque, giving the Forester a bit more oomph, and it increased efficiency by 1 mile per gallon to 29 miles per gallon overall. A hybrid version will join the ranks later in the year. The next car on the list is in the fuel-efficient SUV category. It's the Toyota RAV4 PHEV. This compact plug-in hybrid SUV, formerly known as Prime, is the best version of Toyota's popular RAV4. It's a great solution for drivers who like performance with a lively 302 horsepower. This model moves swiftly from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 6.3 seconds, and efficiency. This key trick is the rechargeable battery has a significant electric range of up to 42 miles. It takes just 2.5 hours to replenish the battery via a 240 volt home charging system, or 12 hours with a simple household 120 volt outlet. As a bonus, we like the Fuse ride quality better than that of the RAV4 versions, and BSW is standard. As good as the RAV4 hybrid is, the PHEV feels like a high caliber vehicle. The next car on the list is the mid-sized SUV category. It's the Toyota Highlander Hybrid. The Toyota Highlander Hybrid is a unicorn among mid-sized SUVs. It combines 3-row capacity with fuel economy that rivals the most efficient compact SUVs. With standard all-wheel drive and hybrid returning a 335 miles per hour overall in our tests, that's enough to take an epic near 600-mile road trip before refueling. If most of those miles are on highways, you'll get up to 41 miles per gallon. Along the way, passengers will enjoy the comfy rear seats and compliant ride, while the driver will appreciate the responsive handling and abundance of active safety features. This repeat top picks winner remains a smart, versatile vehicle. If you need efficiency but more space, the even larger Grand Highlander Hybrid is worth considering. The next car on the list is in the luxury compact SUV category. It's the Lexus NX350H and the NX450H Plus. Lexus packs a lot of goodness into the compact SUV. The well-equipped NX has a cabin that pampers its occupants with premium touches like plush seats and a straightforward infotainment system, except for the touchscreen-only climate controls. The best version are the hybrids. Both have a refined but firm ride, quick steering, and a capable handling. The NX350H is a traditional hybrid that delivers an impressive 38 miles per gallon overall. For peak efficiency, the NX450H Plus plug-in hybrid has a 37-mile electric-only range, and once the battery is depleted, it gets a nice 35 miles per gallon on gas alone. Recharge time is about 3 hours using a 240-volt charger. The next car on the list is in the luxury mid-size SUV category. It's the BMW X5 and X5 PHEV. Everything about the BMW X5 says premium. This well-rounded vehicle has an exceptionally quiet and richly finished cabin with supportive seats suitable for day-long trips. Both powerful and efficient, the base X5 delivers swift acceleration, 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, and returns 23 miles per gallon overall, among the highest fuel economy in its peer group. The plug-in hybrid version heightens this efficiency with an electric-only range of up to 39 miles, bringing real energy cost savings to drivers who routinely travel locally and have convenient access to charging. Once the battery is depleted, the PHEV gets 21 miles per gallon. With either powertrain, the finely tuned suspension provides a composed ride and athletic, confidence-inspiring handling that further sets the engaging X5 apart from its luxury rivals. The next car on the list is in the electric vehicle category. It's the Tesla Model Y. The Tesla Model Y electric SUV shares many virtues with its sibling, the Model 3 sedan. Long driving range, thrilling performance, and access to the expansive Tesla supercharger network. But the Model Y's hatchback body style gives it an edge, with more interior room and cargo space than the 3. Acceleration is otherworldly with instantaneous response at any speed. Quick steering and taut suspension make the car feel eager to tackle turns turns. Combined, these dynamic characteristics make it drive more like a sports car than an SUV. The uncluttered cabin, devoid of a traditional instrument panel, has a modern aesthetic, but accessing common features like audio and climate controls through the large central screen is distracting, as are the steering wheel controls. Overall, though, this green machine is both practical and entertaining. A freshening that promises a more comfortable ride and quieter cabin is available to order. Up next in the small pickup category is the Ford Maverick and Maverick Hybrid. The Maverick is fun, frugal, small truck that is equally ready for a run to the hardware store, commuting duty, or a weekend escape with friends. For its size, the interior is quite comfortable with easy access, simple controls, and decent passenger space. The 250 horsepower turbocharged four-cylinder is reasonably peppy while returning 23 miles per gallon overall. The 191 horsepower hybrid version of this truck is the real draw. Our front-wheel drive model achieved a stunning 37 miles per gallon overall in our test. An all-wheel drive hybrid is available for 2025. The Maverick even has a refined ride for a truck, and its compact size makes it simple to maneuver. Overall, this freshened pickup is an appealing alternative to many of today's high-priced full-size models. There you have it. That completes another Brian Reads the News segment. The best cars of the year, 10 top picks of 2025. What do you think? Was there one on the list that caught your eye? Was there one that you're considering buying in 2025? Let me know with a comment in the comment section. And if you like this sort of thing, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to make these videos a regular part of your day. If you could do me a huge favor, give this one a thumbs up on your way out and leave that comment. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for watching this one till the very end. We'll talk to you on the next one. Bye. Welcome back to the channel. We got a fun article for you today about 10 awesome collectible 1990s cars, including under the radar picks. The 1990s are back, at least in the terms of rad and collectible cars, trucks, and SUVs. The 1990s conjures up for some a sort of automotive dark age full of unsatisfying niche vehicles and evolutionary dead ends. It's the decade that gave us the Suzuki X90, after all, and our final taste of weirdos like convertible economy cars. But it also was studded with gems that have been bona fide collectibles with prices to match. Some of them are on the verge of slipping into complete unaffordability, but there are others that arguably remain great deals, and all are worthy of a collector's interest. Up first on the list is the already collectible 1991 to 96 Nissan 300ZX Twin Turbo. The Z32 Generation Z sports car was a technological tour de force, and it recaptivated the model's magic after the bloated prior model was more of a grand tourer than the original Z. Not so here, especially in twin turbo guise. The look was sleek and aerodynamic, and the VG30DE twin turbo intercooled V6 made a whopping 50% more power than its single turbo predecessor. 300 HP and 283 front of torque, wild numbers for the time. That wasn't the extent of the tech either, as Nissan tapped its HICAS active rear steering for a world-beating handling that helped it snap up our 1990 Import Car of the Year award. Those that have survived command ever-increasing prices, while prices for the cleanest examples have slipped slightly. An excellent 300ZX Turbo is still a $40,000 car as of this writing. Up next on the list is the already collectible 1992 to 1999 Chevrolet Tahoe GMC Yukon two-door. Once ubiquitous, enough time has passed that the iconic GMT 400 platform vehicles, the CK pickups, Suburban, and the Tahoe Yukon two-doors have gotten difficult to find in good condition. That, combined with the rose-tinted memories of these trucks and SUVs cruising around in everyone's minds, have made us all collectively reevaluate these once overlooked vehicles. To modernize the GMT 400 crew, particularly the slick two-doors, look upright, honest, and handsome. And unlike a lot of the sort of exotic cars on most people's minds when thinking about collectibles, these are reasonably priced even after reaching their current peak values. More important, they're very usable with available four-wheel drive and enough power to tow toys or tackle a weather-racked road. While Chevy trucks can and will last for decades with proper attention, the really good ones command a well-deserved premium, and we think they're well worth the effort to find. Expect to pay anywhere between $20,000 and $40,000 for a well-kept example. Up next is the already collectible 1990 to 1993 Porsche 911 964. At one time, the 964 generation Porsche 911 didn't get a lot of respect. It wasn't as slick and powerful as the latter 993s, and its modernized appearance looked incongruous with its aging shape. Because of its desirable hardware, including the stout G50 manual transmission, many were backdated to look like long hood 911s from the pinnacle of Porsche styling. But now, that seems unthinkable as the 964 is truly coming into its own. Despite a short model run, there are many variants, including the highly desirable turbos, available all-wheel drive, a first in a production 911, and even the Tiptronic for those who would prefer one. Some excellent 1990s paint color options also give it a flair its 1980s predecessors lack. Prices have jumped in the last few years, and the sky's the limit as more folks tune into the 964's unique mix of charms. Excellent examples of even the Carrera 2 are in six figures, while the rarest variants like the Carrera RS break the $1 million barrier. Next on the list is the already collectible 1997 to 2004 Chevrolet Corvette C5. It's hard to overstate how radical the C5 Corvette was when new, especially when our perspective warped by the C8 Corvette's exotic rear engine layout. But in some ways, the C5 was the C8 of its time. Its innovative chassis involving hydroformed frame rails and lightweight laminated balsa floor panels and rear transaxle were the stuff of engineers' fever dreams. It's a miracle sickly GM was able to greenlight the thing at all in the 1990s. It debuted toward the end of the decade. The even more formidable Z06 would bow in 2001, and from the get-go, it was a performance bargain. The LS1 V8 was a marvel, lightweight and power dense, and it birthed the entire LS engine family and phenomenon. It's still the go-to swap engine for almost everything. There were even several body styles: a lightweight fixed roof coupe, a standard Targa top coupe, and a convertible. The shape has aged well, even the pop-ups, the last of their kind for the US market by the end of the C5's run. The interior, not so much. You endure a C5's interior rather than enjoy it, but the performance makes up for its crudeness. Ratty, modified C5s were ridiculously cheap, but ultra-clean, low-mile ones are in the $30,000 range, after years of rock-bottom depreciation. The Z06 ship is taking off, and we think the earlier C5s are due to appreciate even more soon. Best of all, they're not so expensive or rare they can't be used and loved in the meantime. Up next is the already collectible 1989 to 1995 Ford Taurus SHO. The Taurus was a coupe for Ford, and the powerful SHO version certainly earned its additional attention. Yet for a couple of decades, the SHO was just an old, if interesting, sedan, with even clean ones selling for well under $10,000. Now the SUVs everywhere and the manual transmission dying, the SHO formula Yamaha-developed DOHC V6 stick-shift four-door sedan represents the antithesis of what anyone would actually buy today. The SHO has aged into its incongruous appeal perfectly. Prices are climbing, not least because so many of these were thrashed by young drivers who loved having the cheap 220 horsepower car. The remaining are uncrumpled, clean ones are suddenly rare and highly desirable, but prices have yet to catch up. $20,000 is likely to get you one of the world's nicest. Still, the incredible deals are all gone, so get one before everyone else wises up. Up next is the already collectible 1994 to 1998 Toyota A80 Supra Turbo. The A80 Supra was never an inexpensive vehicle. Born out of the Japanese bubble-era economy, it was a tech marvel that paired the stupendously complicated sequential twin-turbo system with a massively overbuilt 2JZ inline 6. Swoopy bodywork and a skyscraping rear wing made a statement. A few decades of Supras and 2JZs in general, making legendary power on stock bottom ends, earned it a continuing place on enthusiasts' short list. But now, the Supra's appreciation is accelerating as potential owners' incomes have swollen in inverse proportion to the number of remaining clean Supras. The availability of JDM imports has muddied the waters a bit, but it's the mintiest US market turbo models that command the biggest premium, to the tune of $175,000 and up. There's still likely plenty of space until these hit the ceiling, so there's no time like the present to get into a Supra. Up next is the 90s cars to buy before it's too late. It's a 1996 to 2001 Toyota Chaser Mark II. Polyphony's Digital's Gran Turismo video game hit car enthusiast brains like a runaway Decatura, expanding everyone's knowledge of and interest in the approximately 597,000 weird variants of JDM cars included in the game's lineup. Gran Turismo planted seeds fertilized by Initial D and drifting that led to the contemporary craze around Nissan Skyline, GTRs, and other JDM imports, and turned many of the rear-drive Japanese models available in North America into drift tax cautionary tales. A few JDM imports still managed to stay under the radar, and the Toyota Chaser Mark II, virtually identical vehicles with some minor aesthetic differences, is one of the you should be thinking about before everybody else does. The Chaser in stock form is the ultimate sleeper, looking a bit like a weirdly proportioned Camry. But underneath the nondescript sheet metal is a rear-drive-based inline-6 powered chassis that easily accepts subtle or extreme modifications. Prices trail rear-view Skylines or similar vintage, but maybe not for long. Importers often relatively clean stock models for less than, sometimes much less than, $15,000. That said, not all Chasers are performance machines, with configurations varying from taxi cab spec to the desirable Tour V TRD turbocharged model, so import wisely. Up next on the list is 90s car to buy before it's too late. It's a 1998 Suzuki Jimny. Suzuki tried to replace the well-loved Samurai known as the Jimny most everywhere else mini SUV in America with the larger Geo Tracker Suzuki Sidekick, which simply didn't have the same appeal. Meanwhile, in 1998, the third generation Jimny appeared, looking very much like an outdated, modernized version of its predecessor, but it was never sold in America. And yet a lot of what everyone loved about the Samurai remains, including a rugged ladder frame, solid axles front and rear, and a part-time four-wheel drive system with a legit low range. That means despite being more civilized than the tinny Samurai, this is a credible off-roader with compact dimensions and formidable array of available aftermarket enhancements. To sweeten the deal, left-hand drive models are available via Europe, including the canvas top semi-convertible models built by Santana in Spain. Narrow key specification models with smaller engines were sold in Japan, and models with flares, extended bumpers, and larger engines were sold as the Wide Sierra. With US law as it stands, 2023 is the first year the third gen is available to legally import to America. There was even a Mazda bagged version in Japan if you want extra obscurity points. 10 grand should get you a nice one, importation included. Up next on the list of 90s cars to buy before it's too late is the 1993 to 2003 Volkswagen Eurovan. In the 1990s, if you wanted a compact pop-top camper van, options were slim. The most appealing to us and legions of fans then and now were the various camper versions of the Volkswagen Eurovan, including the Weekender and Winnebago versions. The Eurovan wasn't necessarily great in non-camper versions. The dynamic earlier 2.5-liter i5 models are barely adequate, but what other option did we have? What the Eurovan lacks in gumption, it makes up for in versatility and kitschy appeal with a very Euro interior and, in non-GL variants, equipment for sleeping and camping built into the MV and Weekender models. But sales were dismal, and 1993 was the only model year for the first run. In 1995, Winnebago stepped in and imported some Eurovans to receive the full camper conversion treatment. Later, in 1999, the Eurovan officially returned with a more powerful VR6 engine and would stick around for a few years. Later, VR6 models offer more power and better features. It was still a niche product, and now it's an older niche product. Thankfully, good Eurovan campers exist, and at roughly $35,000 to $45,000 in decent shape, are a much less expensive way to get into the van camping hobby than a modern conversion. Plus, there's a significant knowledge base and enthusiasts to fix the issues that crop up with these older vans. Get one while you can. Up next on the list of 90s cars to buy before it's too late is the 1992 to 1995 Honda Civic Si. Overshadowed by its SI Coupe's successor, the earlier 1990 Civic Si hatchback is in a sweet spot right now of age, desirability, and accessible performance if you can find one. Like most Hondas, a couple decades of rock-bottom prices and the car's reliability and efficiency means many were either thrashed or just driven into the ground. The current collector car environment means many hard-to-find cream puffs are emerging from storage units and finding a way to auction sites and forum listings, where they generally trade for as little as $10,000. You'll pay more than $20,000 for a top example, but these SI models are only expensive relative to other similar spec Hondas. The 1992 Civic Si debuted with a screaming VTEC i4 and sporty, smooth hatchback style. While it only made 125 horsepower when new, the sky's the limit for mods, whether starting with a stock block or swapping to a B-, K- or whatever series model. That said, even a bone stock SI is a charmer, with a lightness and zip that you just don't get with much heavier modern front drivers. And you can't beat the VTEC's manic pull once the cam profile switches over. Lastly, while tiny but modern standards, the SI is even practical, with a nifty two-piece rear hatch and a clean, fun interior. Up next on the list of 90s cars to buy before it's too late is the 1994-1995 Ford Mustang SVT Cobra. Fox body Mustangs are having their day in the sun right now, with really clean examples starting to creep up into legitimate collector car territory, especially rarities like the 93 SVT Cobra from the then new SVT division. The SN95 generation Mustang that followed has, with a few exceptions, not yet crossed the magical threshold of collectability. Sure, Mustang folks have always been eyeing the SVT versions, but prices haven't yet seen that big leap made by some of the other cars on the list. A nice 94-95 Cobra Coupe or convertible is roughly a $20,000 car today. They may never be highly valuable, but it's still worth considering the SN95's SVT Cobras, particularly the pre-modular models with the 5-liter, well technically 4.9 liter, but who's counting, small block V8. These models got a mostly carryover model from the Fox body Cobras with the GT40 heads, but with a little extra breathing work and some other hot rodding tricks to produce a 25 more horsepower for a total of 240 horsepower and 283 pound front. Not too shabby for a 3,400 pound car, even today. As a bonus, they're not nearly as rare as a Cobra R, so there's no shame in hitting the aftermarket to improve output, ride, or handling. There's also the halo of the SVT badge itself, which invokes Ford's daring sporty era of go-fast pickups and even hot hatchbacks. Alright, there you have it, 10 awesome collectible 1990s cars, including under the radar picks. What did you think of the list? Was there some cool cars on this list? Which one would you pick up if you had an extra $20,000 to $40,000 to blow on a car? Let me know in the comment section. I'd be interested to hear from you. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please take a second to give it a like. You can do that now. And if you really enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. Check out this sweet ride. They're asking 28 grand for this one. Classic car, nice blue color. What do you think? Worth 28 grand? Another classic right next to it, nice yellow color. Not sure what year this one is. Cool, huh?